So I'm doing problem 14-2A, number 19. And I'm going to show this on GeoGebra. Okay, so the question said, point P is the image of P not shown under a glide reflection determined by the slide arrow AB and line L parallel to line AB. Now, when the book says a slide arrow AB, the mathematical word for that is a vector. So I'll show you where vector is here in GeoGebra. It's right here, vector. So if I tap the vector button and then tap 2 points, what that's giving me is a direction and a distance. So in the future, I can translate by that vector, by that same direction and the same distance. It does not mean that I have to do the translating way up here where I made my vector. Okay, that's just saying the direction and the distance wherever you're working at. Okay. So it said we have a point P prime is the image of P under a glide reflection. Now, the other really important thing to remember is that on a glide reflection, you are gliding in the direction that is parallel to the line that you are reflecting across. You have to use a parallel line that you do your reflection with. So make sure that your vector is parallel to the line you're reflecting across. So if we start by looking at this point right here, I'll call it C double prime. The question is, if you were translating the initial point, this amount from A to B, and then you reflected it across this line, this parallel line, and it landed at C double prime, where would the initial point have to be? So just working backwards from that, if we think of reflecting backwards across this line, we reflect back, it gets us to this point here. And then if we do the translation backwards from A to B, it gets us back here. So this point C is the answer. That's where we would have had to start from in order to do the glide reflection, where we glide parallel to line AB, then we reflect across that. Sorry, line L. So let me say it again. We glide parallel to our line L, then we reflect across. So that's the answer to part A. So it's asking for the initial point. So this is where it would have been, to the left and left. Now, question B asks us to construct a triangle, do a glide reflection. So we did a glide according to vector AB, reflected it across that line L. Then it said do a glide reflection again. So we did a glide, reflected across line L, we landed here where the red triangle is. Then they asked what transformation would take us directly from the green triangle to the red triangle. The answer is you would have done double this vector AB, same direction, but twice the distance.